Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Here are some tips that I would like to share with you for hot weather riding. Now let's start with the most obvious one in here, and that is to drink plenty of water. What we are trying to avoid in here is the dehydration. I'm going to put here just an image here on the screen that shows to you a great way for you to have an indication if you're getting dehydrated or not is based on the color of your pee. And if you notice that whenever you stop to pee, you're getting a very dark brownish type of pee, that's an indication that you're getting dehydrated. This is dangerous, so make sure to drink plenty of water. But let me share some numbers here with you, even though it is different for every rider. I'm 80 kilos, 1 meter 75. But if I'm riding on hot environments, that's temperatures around 100 degrees Fahrenheit or upwards of 38 degrees Celsius, I'm usually drinking between 3 and 4 liters of water daily. So drink plenty of water, but I have an additional tip, and that is you can add some electrolyte tablets to your water. That could be inside your water bladder or your water bottles. You can just, there's a generic brand, they usually have no sugar added to them, and you get some minerals inside of these tablets that dissolve in your water, and that helps your body to stay hydrated. So that's an additional tip. Consider buying, these are not expensive, electrolyte tablets and mix them to your water. So I found that to be very useful, and it also nice. It also adds a nice taste to your water. So it's kind of like a juice. Another tip that I have in here is that when you go to your hotel, if you're going to a hotel, if you're not camping, get your water bladder or your water bottle, and you can partially freeze the water in there. So you just have to watch out. Next day when you wake up, you still want to have some water in liquid form. You don't want to have everything being ice. But I usually can play of having about half of the water frozen and half of it is still in liquid form. So as I start riding, the ice keeps melting and I'm always drinking cold water. So I really like to do that, and it just gets me cold water throughout the entire riding day. So there's another tip. If you see a river or a lake and it's a good time for you to take a break on the middle of your trip, definitely do it. That really helps your body to cool down, and it's also a chance for you to enjoy your trip. So if you see this chance, do that and take the opportunity. Here's an additional tip. What I like to do is just to take my jersey. If I'm riding with a jersey here on top, I also make my jersey wet. So as I leave the lake or the river, I just make my jersey wet and I put it on top. This helps with the heat transfer. So as you start riding, if you have anything that is wet, the same if it starts raining, the fact that your garment is now wet, it helps to dissipate heat. So the heat transfer increases, so it also helps your body to cool down. Now the next tip would be to have the proper gear. Now, if you know that you're going to be riding on hot environments, I would say just ditch anything that has a membrane like Gore-Tex or any kind of water membrane. I know that they are advertised as being breathable and waterproof, but I tell you by experience, it's just not the same. If you have a garment that really has a mesh and allows a lot of ventilation, this will always be better, than any type of Gore-Tex or breathable membrane. They are just not the same. They still trap a lot of heat, they trap a lot of moisture, and you just get hotter. So if you know that you don't need that, get something that is mesh, lightweight and suitable for hot weather, so you get a lot of ventilation. And in case it starts raining and I want to protect myself from the rain, because sometimes I even just let the water come and that's it. But if you want to protect yourself from the rain, then just pull your rain cover, put it over your gear, and you're good to go. So I do not recommend having any type of membrane for hot weather riding. Still talking about the gear choice, if you can, I've made a separate video here that got quite popular here on the channel about integrated body armor and separate body armor. I can definitely tell you that separate body armor is better for hot weather riding. Not only is better for impact protection, but for hot weather riding, if you can go for separate body armor, that's also going to benefit you compared to having integrated body armor. So you have your jacket plus the armor. Usually you're going to feel the heat more if you have integrated body armor compared to separate body armor. Whenever you stop your motorcycle, and this was happening a lot with us during the last trip that we've done in Hungary, if we had to stop the motorcycle for whatever reason, we are always searching for a shade. Don't just stop the motorcycle at a random place with the sunlight hitting directly on you. You're just gonna cook like crazy. So if it's a hot day and you have direct sunlight and you just stop to have a quick chat with your friend and you're just there sitting, now you have the heat of the engine coming off, it's terrible. So find a shade and then you make this stop protected from the sun, and connected to this, when you stop your motorcycle, turn off the engine. I remember I was even getting a little bit pissed off with my two friends. Every time we spoke, I just like to turn off the motorcycle. We wanted to talk with each other to just say you need to get fuel, get some direction, see where we are on the map. I just have this instinct to go and shut off the engine, kill the ignition. So one, it's easier to talk and you're not producing a lot of heat with your engine. So if you stop the motorcycle, one, look for shade, and number two, switch off the engine because you just reduce the amount of heat being generated. Also, the color of your clothes is going to be very important. I like to wear either white or red. So most of the stuff that I have could be the helmet has some touch of red, my jersey is either red or white, my trousers are light color, my boots are white, and all of this is on purpose. I understand that the dark look, just having everything blacked out can be quite interesting for a lot of riders, but I guarantee to you that you're playing against yourself if you're using dark clothes. And when it comes to the red, this might look a little bit counterintuitive, but it's also a very good color. I'm going to just leave a graph in here, a representation image, which shows to you which are the best colors and worst colors to ride if you want to avoid absorbing the heat from the sun, from the light. But to make a long story short, white is going to be the best one, and then it follows there with a light tone of gray, and then you have the red is a good one. I think also yellow is a good one, and the worst colors are going to be, of course, black. That's the worst one. Blue is a bad color as well. Purple is a bad color. So try to match the color of your clothing to avoid absorbing a lot of heat. So that's it. These are some quick tips. I'm sure there are more tips to be considered. So if you have a few to add, make sure to drop a comment in here. But I wanted to share with you a few things that I've picked up along the way that might also be helpful to you. That's it, guys. Ride safe. I see you on the next video. Bye-bye.